So now we've got the new engine. There's the engine with the damage and the repair on the kickstart. So I've put the kickstart off the other bike onto this to keep the kickstart and the spring all on this casing. So I'm going to see how it goes on. So I'll take all the 8mm bolts out. I've took the drain bolt out, take all these out, and then we'll lift this off. And that's all the case bolts out now. Every single one from these holes is exactly the same length, even the sump plug. So we've got the kickstart tightened on. Just take this casing off now. That's the casing now, it's ready to lift off. A couple of washers down there, that back washer goes on there. I can't see the other one what dropped off. The washer that come off, there was only one, it was just that one for the back. There's a little one on there. Anyway, that's the new kickstart shaft. That's just where I got this engine. They were £188 on eBay, plus postage from Australia. I'll put a picture up. And there's the one that was in it with that bit welded on. I was going to get that metal bit took off, but the weld looks like it's, if you took the top off, they would have two holes in this part of the shaft. But that's there. And to set it up, you see a line there, a little pointer there, and there's a little notch on here which isn't lined up, but I'll do that in a minute. That's the old kickstart spring. I'll just put it over there with the shaft. That's the new shaft. That's how it should be fitted when you're looking at it. It just isn't springing back because it's pushed out from that little idler cog. Just if I push that back in, it'll spring back, but it doesn't matter anyway. But if you're putting your spring on, go on that way with a spring like that. So it just looks like that underneath. Looks like that. See that? That needs to be behind that metal bit. See, that's the part what damaged or moving. See how it's all thin. Plus this can be painted properly. I'll take a paint off the night. And this one, the broke one, you can see that thin part's been repaired. There's aluminium weld there on the oil hole. And then this is like a black rubber bodge sort of stuff. Don't know what's underneath it. But there was a little hole somewhere spotted there, I think it is, which would leak oil, so it's far better just getting the new engine, because the casings are about £60. Like I said before, the kickstart shafts, there's somebody on eBay's got a picture of about 6 or 8 of them, £188 each from Australia. And to put the kickstart shaft on, you have your spring looking like that, put through there, put the little hook of the spring through there, and that part of the spring rests on that part, so you just push it in that way, keep the spring pushed down. Spin it round. Then push it down behind that plate there. And that's how you put the kickstart on. the spring is bent, that's why it's keep popping off. You can see it there right at the very end. It's just going to pop straight away. If I was to have the kickstart on there and turn it, that'll just keep popping off. So I don't know if this spring here, you can see it's sitting, I don't know if that spring's bent or not. Maybe it's off the damage caused with all this and whatever this is there for. But anyway, that's how you put a kickstart shaft on a qr50. So I just finished uploading the video, and then I remembered I was going to show how to line all the kickstart up properly. So we'll do it now. You've got that little pointer on there. Don't need to worry about this. This can just spin anyway, so it doesn't go backwards or forwards and lock and got to go in a certain way. But if it is on the wrong way like this, that pointer lines up to that pointer there. There's a notch on here which is down there. The notch needs to be there, so you just turn that, and that's the notch there. Then you get your kickstart shaft. When you put your kickstart shaft in, this part under my finger goes underneath that tooth with the dot on, with the punch mark. So just slide it in, and that's how it fits. You've got that lined up with that. That circle lines up with the top of the kickstart shaft. But just remember, if that circle there has got to be in the proper position. If you, I don't know if I've just showed it, but if you were to turn that and line it up there, the notch sits there. And if you were to line that up again, the notch is sitting at the bottom. And if you were to line it up again, the notch is sitting there. So if we go back 4 turns, 1, 2, 3, let's tuck the notch back there. I thought it would be 4 turns, but it's 3. Let's tuck the notch back the way it needs to be. So it's long like that. Means when you kickstart, it's going to come all the way around, bang off there, and all that's lined up, and it comes around there. It's going to rest on this and not go back too far. If it was rigged up wrong, it would go too far back and smash this. Maybe that's what's happened on the last one, which is probably right actually. That's what's happened. They've had this rigged up, and this has come wrong too far. It's either been dinting it or smashing it or smashed a bit off. But anyway, that's how you rig your kickstart up. There's a little bit of movement there, but that pointer goes to there, and it runs in line with that on the kickstart shaft. Normally these haven't been messed about with, so it's alright. They're normally in the right position. Like if somebody had this off and put this in the wrong way, the dot would never line up. today. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope this helped, because it's complicated all that.